Good morning. After a long break from the lakes, I've been joined by a friend. Well, Theo. So we are just parked in Ambleside. The plan is to go up Scandale Valley, top of the valley, turn right, Middle Dodd and Red Screes. So we're just on the road, heading that way towards Sweden Bridge, turn right just before Low Sweden Bridge and head up Scandale Valley. So you can tell we've not been for a while because we've walked about 200 yards, we're already blowing, so we'll see how we get on. So we've just reached High Sweden Bridge, but we turn off before that and are now heading upwards into the Scandale Valley. So quite an obvious looking path to begin with. I think we run along the side of Scandale Beck. At some point I think we have to cross it, but High Sweden Bridge is over there. You can see that's the path that takes you up to the Fairfield Horseshoe. So across there, Low Pike, High Pike, Dove Crag, Hart Crag I think it is. And we've just been reflecting on the fact that Theo did that when he was 7, the Fairfield Horseshoe. So this is our path, straight ahead, up the valley. I think we're about a third of the way as far as distance is concerned now to the top of the valley. So gained quite a bit of height already. You can see down there to Windermere. So we'll crack on up this path for a while longer, and then I think we reach a wall, we turn right at the wall, and then we're heading up towards Middle Dodd and Red Screes. So quite a decent place so far, so I'll update you very shortly. Cool. Okay, so we just stopped very briefly because I need to change the battery on the GoPro. Well, I don't understand why it was flat because I charged it up last night. Anyway, investigate that later. So we're halfway down Scandale Valley. I'll just stand up. We just stopped behind a wall while I changed it because it was been quite windy. But you can see that's the little route there we've come down. Nice little path, and then this is where we're heading up to that gap there, that little col. So I'm not quite sure where the path is for now, but we'll follow whatever we've got so far, this little pack horse trail. Up to that col, then we turn right, and we should be able to see Middle Dodd and Red Screes. And then just noticed in this field, which I've heard off someone else's YouTube, that all these trees have been planted to try and soak up a bit of water because it's quite a boggy valley apparently. So to try and reduce the amount of runoff from the mountains, put a load of trees in here. Obviously it'll take a while for them to grow, but some of them have fallen over by the looks of it. But I think that's the general plan. And then the mountains you can see around there, so that's basically the Fairfield Horseshoe, or part of it, which we did when Theo was 7. So that's the route we're taking, up that up the valley there. So we've got a big climb coming up very soon. So probably like the second of the 3 big climbs. Up there to the col, turn right, and then we should start seeing some mountain tops with a bit of luck. So 1 hour 50 into the walk, so I'll give you a little view down Scandale. So that's the route we've come up there. You can see the path between the walls there. We're just saying, amazing the patchwork of walls in the valley. And to the right there we've got Low Pike and High Pike, so all part of the Fairfield Horseshoe. And then we are heading that away. As you just see Theo there waving, very nice of him. So we kind of go diagonally now from here, and there's a wall. You can just about see the wall on the tops of the hill there. So we're going to get to that, and then there's a chance Theo might peel off to do Little Hart Crag. And High Hearts up, is it? I think, because he's not done those, I already have, so he might decide to go that way instead. But I might end up sat by the wall for a bit while he does them. But we're making our way really to the top of the Scandale Valley now. We've had to cross the beck in a couple of places, but it's been so dry recently, it's not been bad at all. And the ground, bits of it are boggy, but nowhere near as bad as some places we've been. So again, I think the dryness of the last few weeks has helped with that, which is partly why I thought we'd do it now rather than at the end of a rainy part of the year. So making decent progress, not even a couple of hours in, and we're near the top of the valley, so pretty good really. Yeah, a bit windy, the wind's just sweeping right down the valley, so my hat's fallen off a couple of times. If it falls off now, I don't think I'll be able to get it because it'll be halfway to Ambleside before I get anywhere near it. So yeah, I've not been for a while, so it's taken a lot longer than normal, but you forget just how brilliant it is being here. It's like being home, brilliant. So we'll crack on, get to the hole in the wall, and then find out where we go from there. So at the top of Scandale, just reached the wall, which you can see there, the wall. So now we can see that's Red Screes there, and then sweeping along to that bump there, that is Middle Dodd. So we've got a bit of a climb now, and then I think before we get to Red Screes we can just turn off left and just head across that grassy bit to the Coal, I don't know, and then up to Middle Dodd, then back on ourselves to Red Screes, and then it's straight down that ridge there. I'm on my own at the minute because Theo has nipped over to Little Heart Crag because I've already done it, and he's just on his way back from there, so he'll get 3 today and I'll get 2. So he's closed the gap slightly, but making good progress. It's just midday, so we've been going 2 hours walking. I've been here for about 20 minutes while he's nipped off to just get Little Heart Crag because he's so close, so he's done that. So we're going to start climbing up here. It's extremely windy now, so coats on, gloves will be on very shortly, so I'll see you when we're a bit further up. So we are on our way to Middle Dodd, and what we did was, according to the map that I got, you get about halfway up to Red Screes, a bit more than that, and then you turn left and just follow the grass. So we've done that, and there is no path. You're pretty much guessing where you're going, but we're not too far from somewhere in Middle Dodd now. We've just got a bit of not quite sure where we go in time, and then we can climb up. We should just get to a col at some point, and then we can just climb up from there. So it's been a bit hairy coming this way, to be honest. I think if I had my time again, I'll go up to the top of Red Screes and just follow the bloody path rather than come this way. But we're making our way slowly there. It's a bit steep and a bit boggy here, so we're just being careful. So I'll talk to you when we're at the top of Middle Dodd. So that's it, we've done Red Screes, that was the cairn, the top of Red Screes. So now we just got a ridge walk down to Ambleside. So we've been going, for how long have we been going, mate? 3.5 hours? I can't remember. 3.5 hours. Yeah, you've gone longer. You just stop. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so we're now heading back down to Ambleside. Been great fun. Last bit was a right climb up from Middle Dodd up to Red Screes, but I'm glad we did it that way rather than Red Screes down to Middle Dodd and then back up to Red Screes. That would have been a pain, but you can see the lake's opening up for you now. The mountains over there, you can see Great End over there. It's just a mass of them, and it's brilliant. And then over there, that'll be Windermere, I presume. That'll be Windermere. And Coniston is just in the distance as well, so we've got a nice wide ridge walk down, I think. And then we're just going to get down a little bit and find a bit of shelter from the wind, because it has been windy up at the top. And then we'll head back down to Ambleside, car and home.